The Synoptic Gospels problem. The Synoptic Gospels are Mark, Matthew, and Luke. I'm sure you knew that, but so many Christians, including me, had no idea what this meant. I'll do my best to give some explanation. The Synoptic problem is the question of why the Gospels of Matthew, Mark, and Luke are so similar in many places, yet different in others. They are called the Synoptic Gospels because they can be viewed with one eye. Synoptic equals seen together. They often tell the same stories in a similar order, and sometimes use almost identical Greek wording. The reason being, Mark is the shortest gospel. About 90% of Mark appears in Matthew. About 65% of Mark appears in Luke. I'll bet your pastor never taught you that. Modern scholars believe Mark was written first in about 70 AD. Matthew and Luke written around 80 AD. It is absolutely clear that Matthew and Luke used Mark as a major source for their own Gospels, copying almost word for word large chunks. Some examples. Mark 2:10-11. But so that you may know that the Son of Man has authority on earth to forgive sins, he said to the paralytic, I say to you, stand up, take your mat and go to your home. Matthew 9:6. But so that you may know that the Son of Man has authority on earth to forgive sins, he then said to the paralytic, stand up, take your bed and go to your home. Mark 1:40-42. A leper came to him, imploring him, and kneeling said to him, If you will, you can make me clean. Moved with compassion, he stretched out his hand and touched him, and said to him, I will, be clean. And immediately the leprosy left him. Luke 5:12-13. A man full of leprosy fell on his face and begged him, Lord, if you will, you can make me clean. And he stretched out his hand and touched him, saying, I will, be clean. And immediately the leprosy left him. You will note that these examples are so similar, but Matthew and Luke change it just slightly to suit their own theology on the passage. When I discovered this as a Christian, I was very disappointed believing all the Gospels were so inspired by God. But when you look at it, it's got man's fingerprints all over it.